President Trump delivered his State of the Union address. I watched it, so you didn't have to. And as expected, it was full of a bunch of bullshit.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. We ended DEI in America. So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil. You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. Now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. No state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady, now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? There has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. And a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk. These people are crazy. First 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? They're sick people. Suddenly used the word affordability, a word, they just used it. Somebody gave it to them. How do you not stand? How do you not stand?
Yeah, almost 2 hours of that. But beyond all the words and the applause and the theater of it all, there was something sinister permeating throughout the chamber. And that was the knowledge that the president is probably a pedophile. Ahead of Trump's big speech, NPR published a report based on a review of the Epstein files, and it found that the Department of Justice has withheld from the public evidence that Donald Trump sexually abused a child. The missing files were first flagged by independent journalist Roger Sullenberger. Now, the Epstein files are full of salacious allegations against Donald Trump. Most of them were deemed by investigators as not credible. But this allegation was different. It pertains to an accuser who said that when she was 13 years old in 1983, she was introduced to Trump by Jeffrey Epstein. And then Trump subsequently forced her head down to his exposed crotch. She said she bit him, and then he punched her and kicked her out. The FBI interviewed this woman 4 times. 4 times. But for some reason, only the first interview is available to the public, when the accuser's testimony was focused only on Epstein. The other 3 interviews the FBI conducted with her were not contained in the millions of files Congress compelled the Department of Justice to release. Also missing, roughly 50 pages of documents related to those interviews that contain notes from investigators. So, why is that? Democrats on the House Oversight Committee corroborated that the files are missing. They posted, quote, "Oversight Democrats can confirm that the DOJ appears to have illegally withheld FBI interviews with this survivor, covering up direct evidence of a potential assault by the President of the United States is the most serious possible crime in this White House cover-up." The DOJ responded by claiming that it released all responsive files and that the only documents withheld were duplicates, which doesn't apply in this case because the files are nowhere else, or because the files are privileged or part of an ongoing investigation, meaning either the president blocked their release or the president is being investigated by the DOJ over this allegation. And since we know the DOJ isn't investigating Trump, then the department is admitting that the president invoked executive privilege to keep secret evidence of his involvement in raping a child. What the fuck, huh? Is this the sort of winning President Trump referred to? Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new videos. Also, if you want to see Means Morning News in its complete form, not just the clips we post here, head on over to Means TV and get access to all our new episodes and our entire backlog, plus tons of other great movies and original TV shows.